Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexi out here. It's Friday, and we are in Montreal today with the Raptors. Not me, but the Raptors in Montreal today, and they're going to be playing the Boston Celtics tonight. So I've got a good preview for you today. Let's get right into it. Some happy good mornings to Good Morning Monique, Superfan Monique. Hey, everyone. Sue, hey, Mo, happy Friday. Good morning, everyone. Tom Duke, happy Friday. Good morning to you. Tom's saying, geez, can't wait till the team starts rolling and the haters can shut it. Yeah, I am so with you, Tom. This is always the case at this beginning of the season. There's so much uncertainty. Oh my gosh, are they going to be that good? And when you have kind of a shaky preseason, it's not really been shaky. It's just we are 2-2. People start like trying to extrapolate into the season and start thinking about, whoa, how good is this team going to be? And start talking about how what they expect from them. And sometimes they're just Debbie Downers, pessimists, people that just don't believe in them. And that is not who we are here. That's right. Tom wants a bumper sticker that says, grumpy people suck. You know, I've said this before. The way somebody treats their fandom of their favorite team can sometimes reflect on how they feel about themselves. So if you don't love your team, then maybe you don't love yourself. All right, Monique's saying so much news has happened in the last 24 hours with the team. Nothing but positive, though. For the most part, very positive with our team. You know, there are injuries. The one thing I will say that's not positive, that sucks and is really sad, is that Chris Boucher is not on this trip to Montreal. Not only is he not available to play physically, he did not even leave to go to Montreal. He is still here in Toronto because he has a non-COVID illness. That's sad because honestly, this whole summer, he was really setting up this I'm Montreal's ambassador for Canada basketball with different things, being at CBL games, going back and celebrating the game back there. He's always pushing Ben Mathurin on his Instagram, another Montreal kid who's coming up and doing some crazy stuff in the preseason so far, that windmill jam, Mathurin and stuff like that. So he really is kind of like Montreal's NBA ambassador, and he won't be present. I would say that's maybe the saddest, baddest thing about this week right now is Boucher not being able to be there tonight and stuff like that. It's too bad. Monique saying interviews were something. Yeah, there were some good interviews yesterday. It's really funny. The Raptors footage that they posted on YouTube had the feed going through the machine or something like that, because all you heard was the dribbling, and then you hear the nice, beautiful R&B classics coming out. Like, you know, you're hearing Luther Vandross, you're hearing Michael Jackson, you're hearing Stevie Wonder, you're hearing all this great music being piped into the NOAA, the OVO training center with the NOVA system, the NOAA system, the new system we've got put in there. And you can tell Nick Nurse maybe picked the playlist. Yeah, I don't know who picked it. I was trying to figure it out because I'm listening to their interviews and I'm like, okay, all right, this is a great Stevie song, Sir Duke. Yeah, I like this song. And then he's like, oh, it's Michael Jackson. It's old Michael Jackson. And then, ooh, Prince, want to be your lover. And then when Prince came on, Nick Nurse's face perked up. It was so funny. It's like they're doing the interview with Nick Nurse, and then Prince comes on the music over in the OVO center. His face got really happy and stuff like that. One of the things I noticed also during those interviews was such horrible audio quality. Horrible audio quality, Toronto Raptors. You need to fix the channel that you're going to do. I know you put out the content later and it sounded better, but man, it sounded like you were recording Fred and Scottie and Nick through the microphones on the hoop and stuff like that. Because like one of the noise effects in the OVO practice center right now is this cha-ching, cha-ching. And you can hear it during the interviews. Whenever somebody makes a shot, I guess it's rigged to do this nice, very pleasing sound of like cha-ching when the ball goes cha-ching. So you hear that a lot during the interview also. See, I'm listening to these interviews and I'm hearing different things, literally what's going on in the room. And when that buzzer goes off in the middle of the interview and you have it turned up because you're trying to hear them, you're like, whoa. Because I had my headphones on, I'm like trying to hear Fred, and everything's so hard to decipher. But Fred had so many good, interesting things to say yesterday. Scottie, very interesting stuff. What he was saying, he kind of shouted out his Twitch family yesterday in his interview, saying that, you know, I'm not going to do a podcast. I don't want to host a podcast. I don't like doing podcasts. Don't expect podcasts from me. Scottie reiterated this yesterday. And then he said, my thing is YouTube. I like my YouTube channel. I want to be more connected with my fans and let them know more about my personality. and that I do YouTube and Twitch. Those are my things. So don't expect me to start getting on Instagram or podcasts or doing anything like that. My mediums are what I am doing with my YouTube channels and what I do on my Twitch when I play video games with people and stuff like that. Now, Lloyd was on Twitch for a little bit last night, and I did watch him. I didn't really talk to him because I was busy running a trivia game, but it was very interesting to see what Lloyd was doing. He was actually on Tinder. He was on Tinder and doing Tinder swipes with the people in his Twitch stream, which was kind of hilarious. I couldn't pay as close attention to it as I wanted to, but Lloyd was back on. He hadn't been on in back about a month also. So very interesting stuff there. And yeah, I love the Scottie interview. He's talking about who the best dancers are on the team. Of course, he put himself number 1 and then OG number 2. Precious was number 3. And Chris is a very close coming up on 3rd is what he said and stuff like that. Hilarious, hilarious. Hilarious. G is saying Boucher had to launch his foundation via Zoom. Wow, that's too bad. But it was cool to see like Delano being at that foundation meeting and like filming it, and kind of he posted something on Instagram because they were there supporting him and stuff like that. That is too bad that he had to do it via Zoom. They say it's not COVID related, that he's just sick and stuff like that. You know, it could be a couple different things. I would bet that Chris is very disappointed that he can't play and different things. And maybe he's just kind of like, I want to just stay home. And they're like, okay, you go ahead and stay home, Chris. We'll do everything and all that kind of stuff. Now, Cam has become the de facto Montreal native that will take the reins of being like on the mic and stuff like that. I'm sure it'll be him, since he is another. One Montreal guy can't come and be there. Well, we have another Montreal guy. How lucky and how easy to change and stuff like that. Although Chris is really the guy who's kind of been carrying the torch and that flag of basketball in Montreal kind of thing. Good morning, Cool Cat. Good to see you here as usual. Raptor Freak Cool Cat and Randolph Phillips. Good morning to you also. Blessings, 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 blessings. TGIF. We have Raptors basketball on TV tonight. So let's get ready to finish this preseason right. The Celtics have not played in a week. The last game they played was last Friday against the Charlotte Hornets. They have a really weird preseason schedule, the Celtics. They play 2 games against the Hornets and 2 games against us, and that's it. So they're really getting 2 teams, 2 tasters, 2 chances. And this time we want to continue to keep beating them and like win this one again tonight. Now, they beat both the Charlotte Hornets in both games they played them. That first game wasn't even close, but the second game was a little closer. But part of the reason why was they held out a lot of their main important people. Like Jason Tatum did not play last Friday. Al Horford did not play last Friday. Marcus Smart did not play last Friday. And if I'm looking at their injury report right now, just for you guys real quick, it does say that Marcus Smart, Tatum, and Horford are all day-to-day also. But it's been a week, and it is the Raptors, and it is a big deal. And I do think that they will be ready. They had not updated the injury list since last Friday, so I don't know if these guys are actually going to be there playing or not. Now, obviously, Gallinari and Robert Williams III are still out, both of them. But these 3 guys are questionable, probable. I don't even know what to say. Smart, Horford, and Tatum. So we'll see who shows up for Boston tonight. We'll see who shows up. Jaylen Brown has been their leading scorer the whole preseason and kind of been leading the team in a lot of different ways. Now, on our side of the ball with injuries, it's still Malachi, Chris, and Otto Porter are the 3 names. And Justin's not on there. Kem's not on there. So it really is these 3 dudes. Otto is getting set up to be ready for the opening day next Wednesday is what I'm hearing. Malachi the same with Chris. So these guys really are just aiming for next Wednesday. In fact, Fred said this in his interview yesterday that he didn't give a shit about preseason. Preseason, whatever. He's worried about next Wednesday. And that's the first game of the regular season against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And that he's been on a schedule that's leading up to that point, that he is ramping himself up to get to be ready for Wednesday against Cleveland. So none of this stuff matters to him. Fred said it again yesterday. Preseason, shmee season. I don't give a shit about it. It doesn't tell me anything. I'm just here for very specific things, to go through the motions, get things ready, and stuff like that. So Freddie wants to be ready for Wednesday, and that is the target time. And he's not the only one. Scottie's another one that is not totally ramped up in his conditioning and ready, but they are thinking he will be on schedule and he will be all ready for Wednesday. That has been the target date all along. Not tonight, not last Sunday, not last Friday. It's next Wednesday that the players, the coaches are getting geared up and being ready for. All right, let's see what Raymond Jacobs saying. Boucher looked buffer in the summer. I guess his body just sheds it off. First preseason game, he looked skinnier than last year. You know, I don't even remember how he got hurt in that Houston game. I didn't see it. And then all of a sudden they were saying, oh, Boucher went back to the locker room and stuff like that. I don't think he's that hurt and stuff like that. I think it's just something minor. They want to be precautionary. And these are games that don't matter. So why go out there and aggravate it, make it a worse thing and stuff like that? I mean, it's weird. His body to me sometimes does still seem really, really skinny. He's just a slender man. He's going to be always looking quite skinny. Now, the muscle may be hidden at times. Now, was he pumped up, Raymond Jacob? That's the thing. Maybe he needs to pump up, just like Hans and Franz would. And then you'll see the muscles pop out. Maybe you just saw him in ordinary mode, Clark Kent mode. Well, maybe he has Superman mode, where the muscles come bloop, 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 bloop. I don't know, Raymond Jacob. Let's see. I'm an ectomorph like him, tall, skinny. But when I pack muscles, the less inquires. That's what I'm saying. We have body types, and I have the same body type myself. I'm very much a skinny, like hard to gain weight kind of person. I mean, I'm gonna be 50 soon. I ain't got no spare tire. I'm still skinny, and stuff like that. So it's that kind of way for some people. You just can't gain weight. And I've tried at different times in my life to gain weight, and it's just my metabolism super strong, and my body is just naturally slender. It's just how it is. And people say, oh, cry me a river, Alexi, with your problems with your body size. I mean, hey, it is a good problem to have in some ways, but it's also kind of was frustrating at times when people call me willowy and just a stick man and stuff like that. So I can totally relate to Chris Boucher and his body type and maybe some of the things that he's gone through and stuff like that. Kareem is saying, so excited, like a kid in high school running to the gym office door to see who made the team. That's so cool. Kareem has that great feeling of anticipation and wanting to know what's going to happen tonight. That he's going to see which team would it be? The football team? Would it be the baseball team? Would it be the basketball team? Probably the basketball team. I don't know. It could be track. I don't know. But yeah, that's why he's running. It's track. I don't know. But I like that's how you feel today. I had that feeling too a bit today. It seems like it's been so long since we went to the game on Sunday, Sue. It feels like that was like like 10 days ago. It was really just like 5 days ago. But yeah, these games spread out. It's been a very interesting week for them this week at OVO Center and different things. They've been getting in workouts here and there and stuff like that. And hopefully they're getting things all sorted out. And we'll see what's going to happen tonight. Let's see. Oh, you meant injury, less injuries, less inquiries. I was like, how much are you weighing, Chris? We're inquiring. What is the inquiries? Oh, it's injuries. Okay. Cool Cat saying Jama got Noah for GSW. He shared some Raptor stuff with his new team. They were able to use it for playoffs. Raptors get delayed due to COVID restrictions. Oh, okay. So they've already had the system over in Golden State for a little bit, and we're just getting ours now. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if it's proprietary. It may be very common knowledge across the whole NBA. It's like, did Jama go over there and give them our secrets before we even got to use them ourselves? What's going on here, Jama? I don't know. Everybody's going to have a Noah system at some point. Maybe it could very well be. Cowboys here. Good to see Cowboy. I think Jackson will be the surprise to make the roster spot. So Bradley's thinking that Jackson still got a chance and that he may come up and snatch that one spot away from Justin Champagnie and DJ Wilson. So we've got a Josh Jackson vote today. Ta-da! For all your home renovation needs, call the brothers Ta-da in 416. Kareem Thomas saying, I want to see Fred and Koloko on the floor for long periods of time. Love to see what that dynamic looks like. Pick and roll, pick and pop, Stockton and Malone vibes. I like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How many times did Stockton and Malone run a pick and roll? Did that get tired and old? No. They just found new wrinkles, new variations, new ways to get into it and do it. And, they did the same thing over and over again. Very successful. I want to see that. Yeah, I think that it's a very good comparison, classic comparison. And there very much could be pick and roll kind of stuff going like that. Now, I don't know if Coloco's offensive skills are the same as Malone's as far as like how he could spin and do his shots and do different things like that. But this is definitely a combination that has natural chemistry, Fred VanVleet and Christian Coloco. And I think you're right that we need to see them get burned together for a good period of time just to see all the possibilities and that they're going to be a nice team up for the Raptors on the court, stuff like that. A fun guy saying, Ayo, Ayo. Well, Ayo is going to be the starting point guard for the Chicago Bulls. It's been announced. He's beaten Moron Tragic, or whatever, out of being the starting point guard for the Bulls to start the season. So you go, Ayo. Ayo. Raymond Jacobs saying that, Kareem, I just want to see our guys hit their shots. When all the starters are missing their shots, my premonition of the second Larry O'Brien slowly fades. Well, it's this kind of thing, like Raymond Jacob. It's like we're gonna have adversity. We're gonna have to look bad at times and stuff like that. But that's just all part of the beautiful journey, the way of getting there and stuff like that. That we're gonna have to have lows with the highs. And hopefully we have just a really, really big high, like one of these big Cheech and Chong joints that's just like huge, and you're a farmer and you just like took and culled a whole bunch of stuff and you just put it all in one big thing that morning and just it's like, yeah, we want that high, that very, very high and stuff like that. We'll get there, Raymond Jacob. We just got to go on the journey with them, and we got to go through the lumps, the hard times, and the good times, and they will come. Trust me, they're going to come this year. I know a lot of people are doubting the Raptors, but this is the time for doubters and negative ninnies and chicken littles and all these kind of things. Oh, we need to tank. People are coming in here telling us that we need to tank. I'm like, y'all are crazy. Y'all are absolutely crazy if you think you want to tank right now. I mean, even the Portland Trailblazers are saying they won't tank for Victor, and they're not even anywhere close to being as good as us. So why would we start saying we're going to tank? They're not saying they're going to tank and stuff like that. So let's see. Monique saying Paul Jones, Savannah Hamilton, Sherman Hamilton have DJ making it. So they're picking DJ Wilson right now. Also, very interesting. Yeah, I know they've been putting out a lot of content recently, and I really enjoy the Raptors today being almost on every day. Raptors today is almost every day. Salute, logical Raptors fanatic. Salute to you, enjoying your content and stuff like that. Good to see you this morning. G saying Brian called them a sleeper. Yeah, Brian Winders. He did the whole thing. He's like, the Raptors are a dark horse to win the championship because they are primed to make a big deal this midseason to make themselves jump to a new level so that they will be considered championship contenders. Brian Windhurst on ESPN saying that yesterday, that he thinks that we're going to surprise the league, but he is contingenting on it being a big deal happening this year where we make a trade and we jump up in status because we get a bigger name or something like that. But that's interesting. I think we can do it without doing that. But hey, at least Brian Winders believes in the Raptors. That's pretty cool. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. David, can you hear me? Can you hear me, David? Bump, 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 bump. Can you hear me, David? Maybe it's on your side. Can you guys hear me? I want to know if you guys can hear me. Good morning to Logical from Tom. Yes. Some other little news and notes around the NBA. Joel Embiid has fallen again. He has fallen like a mighty oak in the middle of the forest. When an oak tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, does it really actually ever fall? Well, everybody hears this oak tree when it falls. This Joel Embiid flopping. Dude, so stupid. The season hasn't even started, and he has hurt PJ Tucker, guys. He has done the same damn thing that he did to Danny Green at the end of the year last year and rolled over into the dude's ankle and rolled it over. So I don't know how bad PJ Tucker's hurt, but once again, Joel Embiid hurting his teammates because he's a very dangerous player that falls all over the place, flopping. So good job, Joel. You've hurt one of your free agency acquisitions by being a big douche and falling all over the floor like normal. Good job. The season didn't even start, and you already hurt PJ Tucker. Good job, Joel. We're proud of you as Raptor fans. Proud of you being a moron and flopping all around like a big ugly fish and hurting somebody again. Yeah, that was really bad. That was really, really bad. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right. David saying, yo, bud. The Rock was at the Leafs game last night. He's like, he was doing the cheer for the Leafs, and he was like, let's go Leafs, let's go Leafs. Don't you know it's go Leafs go, Rock? Dwayne The Rock Johnson, you're awesome. And that's pretty cool. He was at the Leaf game last night. That's pretty cool. But they lost. It was their home opener, and they lost. It's too bad. It sucks. Let's see. Raymond Jacobs said, Tom and I are ready for today's mascot challenge. Yeah, you guys are going to be ready for it. It's going to be coming up soon, but we still got a couple things to do. There's an order now. I'm not just doing them randomly anymore. We've done the injuries now. You've heard about the injuries. Well, the next thing is going to be the ref report, and that's going to be coming up very, very soon. G saying Zion is injured again. That's right. Zion got hurt already. That's, this is just how it all works. Look at what Russell Westbrook's done this week. Some very interesting clips of the teamwork that the Lakers have, the team chemistry, the beautiful team synergy that they have with Russell Westbrook right now is fantastic. Russell will tell you that. He's like, yeah, everything's fine. It's not fine. It's really bad in the Lakers. Go check out those Russell Westbrook clips if you haven't yet, how poorly he is being a teammate to his team right now. It's really crazy. Some of the body language tells you everything. All right, let's see. Logical saying, salute Tom Duke official. I have a question. To most of the people that view my stuff, if a video is more than an hour, go 2 parts? I don't know, Logical Raptors fanatic. Your hour format is a very good run time. And if you are going to go that, you could do 2 parts, especially if maybe if you did 90 minutes, you did 245 minutes. This is the whole thing with every YouTube content maker. You got to figure out where your sweet spot is. I've wondered about mine. I'm like, holy crap, you're doing 3 hours, you're doing 2 hours. And I'm like, man, you need to cut it down, Lex, consolidate a little bit. But I'm also like, you know what? There is an audience that really enjoys having a long live stream like I do. So it's really, you got to figure out your audience and what they like. And, all the analytics on the YouTube will tell you when people are maybe watching and when they're not, and when they're going away and stuff like that. And that can be very helpful for you to kind of figure out what your time should be for your content and stuff like that. I've tried to cut it down at different times. In fact, I've done very short streams and it's been okay. But sometimes my best streams are the ones that go all the way almost 4 hours. It's crazy. And I just really honored that people will want to watch me for that long and listen to the stuff we're saying and stuff. But yeah, it's really is kind of a thing. You're going to have to find your sweet spot. And I know a lot of other content makers have really wiggled around with the different things and stuff like that to make it work and stuff like that. So what's the right spot? Monique saying Winders is good at what he does. Yes, Monique. I agree with you. This is the thing. This man has credibility. He has logic, and he has insight and a brain, and he's not tied to corporate mandates of slight the Raptors at all costs. He is just looking at it like it is and putting his fingers in the air and deducing. And he is deducing that the Raptors are actually a secret contender, that we could come up just like that shark in the water and attack at any moment and get there. Yeah. G saying, I predict Joel will have major hip injuries. His landing mechanics and body control is horrible. This is so true. It's why do you stretch out so much? If you could just fall in one spot. It's like you fall and slide. And that's when you're twisting ankles. I don't know if you need to get with a stunt man or you need to get with the wrestlers. Pro wrestlers can teach you how to land safely and stuff like that, Joe. I don't know. Maybe you should just stop fucking flopping. You are a huge man that shouldn't be falling over so easy, like a reed in the wind. What the fuck, man? You are a muscle man. You're bigger than most people on the court. So why the fuck are you flopping around like a little fish is what I'm saying to Joel. Yeah, let's go. Raptors, Tom Duke, ball. Raymond Jacobs, Joel is always injured come playoffs. Yeah. The Leafs won? No, they didn't. I think Canadians beat them last night. Did they win? I don't know. I didn't pay that close attention. I heard that they lost last night. I may be wrong. Maybe they lost a game before and I just saw old news, something like that. Did they win? They won their home opener against Montreal last night? I don't think they did, G. Let's see. Sue saying, wow, I didn't hear about Joel hurting Tucker. He is a built-in a bull in a China shop. He needs to have some spatial awareness. Yeah, or just try and protect your teammates, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'd hate it that you do that to any other team's players, but you're doing it to your own team. So that just is bad. That's just bad, man. That's just really bad. Tom Duke saying ElectroRaptor knows his role. Whoa, you want to see some ElectroRaptor in the real mascot matchup? Maybe. Fun guy saying Brian Winders and Zach Lowe are part of the Raptors fan base. Yeah, Zach Lowe is fair to us, but he's not totally on our side. Like even his write up this past week about our watchability, he made a lot of snide remarks about our team and different things like that. I love what Fred said yesterday in his press conference. He's talking about, yeah, we could get better at our half court offense for sure. We could get real better at our half court offense. But they're saying a couple of things yesterday between him and Nick Nurse that were absolutely very interesting to me. One of the things Nick Nurse said yesterday is he wants more volume in scoring. He wants to score more. He wants to up tempo the team even more so because we have better depth that's more capable. He wants to really tire these guys out in short bursts of time when they're out there, that they have to go all out. And he wants to go even faster. He wants to have more opportunities to score more points and go even higher. He wants to increase the volume of our scoring, is what he's saying. And that one of the things he said last year was that one of the things about last year he said was we had really good defense. We were executing, but we were not executing off the defense at the other end of the court on the offensive end. Can you remember how many fast breaks we had last year where it would get broken up or we weren't successful at converting it to points, a really good defensive steal or getting the ball all of a sudden from them? How often that happened? Well, if we were more efficient at making that basket off the turnover, our stats would have been way better last year. And then other thing is he said that our offense was really good last year. We were actually executing. We just didn't hit the shots. So that's what we were saying last year. Even it's like we just start hitting the shots. We keep playing the way we have been. We're going to improve because we did what we did last year and we weren't even hitting our shots correctly. We weren't even executing off of turnovers and transition on the fast break correctly either. We'd have like 2-on-1 breaks and the one defender would stop the score. So this is something that our Raptors have to get better at, is executing in the transition game coming off of one of our turnovers and making sure we get that point where we have the advantage. And this is a place where we really can get better, and it will show in the results of our team. So Nick Nurse wants to increase the volume of how much we score per game. He wants our offensive numbers to go up. And this is what Fred's saying. He's like, listen, I don't know if any team, the best team at half court offense wins championships every year, is what Fred said. He's like, they keep bothering him about half court offense. And Fred says, well, I don't know if the best team at half court offense even wins a championship every year. I don't even know if that's important to win a championship. Fred saying stuff like that. It's hilarious. He was a little prickly, but also very fair and listening to them and answering their questions, but also kind of no bullshit. Yeah, don't fuck with me. It's kind of what Fred VanVleet was like yesterday, and I love it. I love it. But that was very interesting to me, them talking about executing better to be more efficient to allow the team to be improved this year from last year, because we did not execute hitting open shots. We did not execute in transition off of turnovers, making and converting those baskets. And that will all add to helping in all kinds of ways. So really good, really good, astute observations and things that, hey, if we can get better at this year, it's going to improve on top of what we've already been doing, stuff like that. It's really interesting, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know if they're part of our fan base, Brian Winders. Brian Winders, I like him. I'm all about him. Zach Lowe is, I go hot and cold on him, but he does throw us a bone sometimes in different ways and stuff like that. Logical saying Tucker is older now. It probably wasn't much, but PJ is strong. Yeah, he should be fine, but he did go to the back, and it was very reminiscent of the Danny Green thing that happened last year, where he just rolls into his ankle, and he's hitting it from the side, so it goes under, and he is really hurting them, because it's like, how much does he weigh? 300 pounds, and he's rolling right into the person's ankle. Welcome to the Sixers, PJ Tucker. Look out for your own center, because he may hurt you, is what I'll say. Sue saying, I don't think Zion is ever going to live up to all the hype. He is always hurt. It will haunt him. He has a lot to overcome, and I think you might be right in some ways. He's once again a golden boy they anointed in all kinds of different ways ahead of time. And I think that, that's going to hurt him also. He's just so much pressure to be one of these uprising new stars in the NBA. And yeah, I think that he's been hurt so much in his first couple years that it's like, G saying go 2 parts. And Lex brings up a good point. See what the audience likes. Yeah, G's right on there. Sue saying, I love your long stream, Lex, because I can still catch the stream if I'm late. That's awesome, Sue. I appreciate you so much. Respect. Yeah, probably 2 45-minute videos make sense. Yeah, that's about the right time. That seems like a good sweet spot time for you. And if you label everything really nicely and sell them, look forward to second part at this point when I drop it next. Keep it real organized. Everybody will be on the same page, and it'll be fine. David saying, "Me too, Sue." I'm glad you guys really enjoy the long streams and stuff like that. I get sometimes my throat at the end of it. I'm like, I gotta breathe more because I talk so much. It's crazy. Lesline is saying, "Good to see Lesline Hart." Anyone who says we should tank is crazy. Absolutely crazy. We need to get their brains checked. Sue's agreeing that it's totally ridiculous. I mean, really, these are people that just want easy things and easy way in life and stuff like that. They just want to lose just to get victor and stuff like that. Yeah, that's not how it works. And that's not really what we want to do. It's about culture and being winners. That's what I'm saying. Logical is saying, I'm going big this weekend and I don't want to cut stuff in order to keep it smaller. Yeah, I would do the two-parter. And, if it's in between 90 minutes and 2 hours, that's probably, you can figure it out. Raymond Jacobs saying it wasn't just having Baines that led to a tank. Keep in mind, we had to play in a bubble, not even at home, and Raps aren't even going through that again. I know. Look at how much had to happen negatively towards us to have such a shitty season in Tampa. I mean, we weren't even there. We were on Road Warriors. We had, there were COVID people going in and out because of COVID. The whole coaching staff was gone at one point during that season. And it's amazing that we won as much as we did that season. We were really trying to win still, even though we were in really adverse situation. And still, we were able to balance trying to win and still get a great lottery pick in Scottie Barnes. So that's what I'm telling y'all. It's like you could try. Like, I'm wondering about the Spurs this year. Obviously, it's in their ideal to lose as much as possible because they're bad and they're not going to win a lot of games. They lost to Oklahoma City last night in preseason again. But in some ways, that competitive winning nature of Greg Popovich and Jakob Poeltl is going to maybe have problems with that kind of does not compute, lose to lose. No, because it's not how these guys are wired. So I'm really, really curious to see how San Antonio's season goes because Popovich ain't about losing, but he may be this year. And that's what I was saying. Maybe he wants to run this 0-82 challenge. Like, what if he was able to lose every single game this season? I don't think he can do it. I don't think he would want to. I think he is going to be very measured and try and win still. But it may be that they just don't. And that's what I'm saying. You could be really bad like the Tampa Raptors and try your ass off and still be that bad and stuff like that. But you don't want to be getting bad habits because you didn't try to win. And it carries over into more years after, like Philadelphia. They had to shake their wanting to tank all the time because they had it as a habit afterwards. And they're like, oh, we need to learn how to win again. And they really had to shake that and get over it because they've been losing more in recent years, partly because of that culture and that idea of tanking and doing the process and stuff. So you got to watch out because it can become a part of your values and your culture on the down low, even though you don't intend it to, if you decide you want to tank and stuff like that. That's a very, very dangerous thing to do. And I don't agree with it. I don't think that it's a part of what the Raptors should ever do, ever do. And Raymond Jacobs right. Logical saying, I want to wait for the cuts too long. It can end properly, in my opinion. You'll figure it out, man. G saying, last night was against Washington and Toronto, and they won. The day before was the Canadians, and they lost that one in Montreal. Okay. Was that? Okay, so their home opener was last night, and their opener of the season was in Montreal. And that's the one I know that they lost. So they beat Washington in Toronto last night. Well, that's good. I'm glad the Leafs won. So what? They're 1-1 now to start the season. That's good. All right, let's go in that direction, Leafs. All right, thanks for clarifying it. Like you can see how much I pay attention to them. Monique saying, take the advice I give you, Lex. Consistency gives you more attractive YouTube or no YouTube, etc. Really does work. I am trying to just be consistent. That's why I have that regular time. And really, I get right on at 9:30. You guys can depend on me. And you know what to expect with my channel, and that's a really big part of it. So I agree with what you're saying, Monique. Consistent and clear and what you're all about is very important. Canadian Cowboy saying, let's go, Raptor Freaks. Leslie saying, don't bring no negative energy to this channel. That's right. You can do it in the comments. I won't see it right away, but somebody else will, and they'll be on it right away. And we've had a couple of weird people coming in, but we've had it subscribers only can chat now. So it's not like random people can just come in and start saying stuff. If you want to talk in this chat, you have to subscribe now at this point. It's just a part of the perks and stuff like that. Because I was getting so much chat, it was drawing out the length of the time of the streams. And I figured, well, why don't we just make it in-house and real family, Raptor Freak family, people that are actually subscribed and here all the time that talk on the chat, because we can have different people jump in like Chet Ice Cream Man, Holmgren, or Vinnie Mac, but they need to subscribe to be in here and talking to us and stuff like that. Logical saying the Spurs need Baines, tank commander, to get them there. Yeah, it'd be funny. Like, Pirtle's just not, it's not in his DNA. He really cares about winning. Like, I see him with his posts after the game, and when he describes how they lost, he's like really upset when they lose close games and stuff like that. So it's like, it's not in his nature to want to lose. And that's why I think they need to trade Pirtle possibly if they really want to start losing even more. And I'm like, hello, come see us again, Jakob Pirtle. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I'm wondering, like, is Popovich's brain going to short circuit because of the inclination to lose, even though it's not anything that he's built up in his mind over his whole NBA career? It's just not in his DNA to lose or try to lose and stuff. But they really should this year. Duke saying, I forgot to mention the other day, I watched the Knicks versus the Pacers, and it hit that the Pacers have more Canadians on the team compared to the Raps. Nebhard was impressive. Yeah, those young Canadian Pacers are looking really good. Mathurin looks really, really good. It's crazy his stat line the other day, getting like 27 points and all that stuff he did in that windmill. And yeah, Nebhard's looking good too. And then they've got Duarte. They've got don't they have Corey Joseph? No, he's on Detroit. But yeah, they have like 4 or 5 Canadians on the Pacers. And then, of course, the Knicks have RJ Barrett. And I think they have another Canadian guy on their team, too. We're taking over. We're coming. Canada is coming. Africa is coming. These players from these countries over there and here are coming for the NBA. We're growing, and we have more and more and more and more over the years. And I love it. I love how this game has been just growing and growing, and we have more good players coming from our countries. Raymond Jacobs saying, at Mo and Lex, do you think you'll attract more people if you started using clickbait titles and thumbnails? Kind of annoying, but it works. I click on clickbait all the time. I've done this at times, Raymond Jacob, just to try it. Like that one Sunday report where I did, could the Raptors lose their team in any kind of reason, for whatever reason? That was a little bit clickbaity. And it was really something that I earnestly wanted to explore and talk about. Like, is the possibility of the franchise moving from Toronto actually a reality? And I really found that it wasn't. But, that title may have shocked people, or like, oh, no, I need to check this and stuff like that. Like the other one I did this summer that was kind of like this was, would the Raptors get in trouble for doing the Rico Hines runs? Did they break any NBA rules? And that one actually did get a lot of clicks because people were interested to find out. And I don't know if they were totally Raptors fans. It may be that other team fans were coming in to try and get us in trouble, and they liked the title and stuff like that. I also noticed I get more clicks on certain things. Like I'll probably get a lot of clicks today just because it's the Celtics. And the Celtics fans like to come and see what we're saying. So sometimes that happens too because of things and stuff like that. I'm not trying to attract a lot of people. I want to just get the right people like the people I already have, and more people that are like us already. So I don't know. My goals are weird, not like the normal YouTube channel. It's like, sure, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. But there's also like, it's like, I don't want to be like a huge channel, because I really want the chat to be family oriented and a lot of the same normal regular people that are always here. And if we get like thousands and thousands of people in here, it may make the chat very different. So I don't know. I'm trying to balance it and let it grow naturally and stuff like that. But I do have a goal to try and get to 1,000 by this time next year. That I'm almost to 500 right now. Hopefully I can get another 500 over the course of the season, and then boom. But I've also thinking about getting a Patreon without even having to get to 1,000, stuff like that, and doing things that way also to try and, it's not that I really want to make money off of this. It'd be nice in some ways because it is a lot of work also. But I'm trying to figure out a couple things. I got a couple ideas about different things I can do and stuff like that. So, Susan, I love listening to Fred talk to the press. He puts them in their place sometimes. Yeah, he really does. And he's so like, I love that they're so honest and they just tell like the answers to the questions. So many players and coaches in the past have been clams and they just don't want to answer. They don't want to cooperate with the press. And our people are very cooperative. Like Scottie's answering questions he probably shouldn't answer and stuff like that. And Fred's answering good questions. I love how they treated like the expectations on Scottie and talking about them and stuff like that. Fred said Scottie's going to be who he's going to be, and that we need to just let him be who he's going to be and allow that beauty and awesomeness to happen because he knows he's going to be a superstar and he's going to be great. It's on his own schedule and in his own way. And the fans can make this easier on him if we're not so hypercritical and analyzing him under a magnifying glass for every single little thing that he does. Just let him be him, and it's all going to work out, and it's going to be gravy. Oh, yeah. It's going to be awesome. All right, let's see. Daryl Turner's here again. Good to see you, Daryl. It's been a little bit. I know you've been watching and you just want to chime in now. I love seeing your name here. Hey, my guy, Raptor Freak. What's up, my dude? I'm back in the house because a new action-packed NBA season's about to start this week. Also, tonight's final preseason game should be a lower scoring one. We'll just have to see how it goes. I don't know. I got different cues from them yesterday when they were talking about the game tonight. Freddie was saying, if we play 40 minutes tonight and we have a whole week off almost until the first game on Wednesday? Is that a big deal if I play 40 minutes tonight? Is what he was saying yesterday. And I'm like, does that mean they're going to try and win tonight at all costs and they're going to play the starters heavy and that they're not going to give a lot of time to the end of the bench guys to try and figure out this end of the bench position roster battle and stuff like that? I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. Now, if it's a lower scoring game tonight, that means it's going to be a defensive oriented game. And in some ways, that may benefit us, but also it could mean that Boston's playing really well on their defense. In fact, Fred said in his interview yesterday, he thinks that Boston has the best defense in the league. Yeah, he kind of let that slip. And I was like, don't say that, Fred. Don't give them those kind of points. He said, well, they may have the best defense in the league. So hopefully it's not too low scoring. And maybe it's very similar to the last game, except it's our starters that look really good against their starters in the beginning. And we just play them really well and beat them by the end. We want to please the Montreal crowd. We want to beat the Celtics because the Celtics are the Celtics and we hate them and we want to beat them whenever we play them, whether it matters or counts or not. So there is a lot in this game that's a little bit more important than, say, the Chicago game on Sunday or the Houston game last week because it's in Montreal. They don't get to see the Raptors very often. And we want to make sure the team wins in front of them in their city. Is what I'm looking at. But I'm glad to see you back, Daryl. And let's get this started. This NBA season coming up next Wednesday against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm excited. Fun guy saying, PJ Tucker does not scare me at all. He's old. And Trent even ate him up last matchup. Yeah, PJ is getting up there, but he has kind of been this kind of role player guy that's been on very good teams that have done well in the playoffs. He does seem to get far in the playoffs when he's on a team. And that's part of the reason why I believe in the Sixers a little bit. Like this season is because they got guys that really do kind of help them. Harrell's another one and stuff like that. So just a little programming note. Obviously, we're doing the preview today. We'll do the reaction tomorrow. Sunday, finally, guys, you're going to get it. I worked on it a lot yesterday. The ref report, the one I was talking about all summer long. I'm going to do the ref report finally this Sunday on the Sunday special report. You are going to get all the stuff about the refs, the research that I've been doing for months now. So this Sunday is a no miss ref report. The Sunday report is going to be the ref report finally. And then on Monday, I think I'm going to do a preview of the Eastern Conference and the Atlantic Division and how it looks for me in my predictions as far as where teams are going to finish and stuff like that. So Monday's going to be a little different. Tuesday will be trivia. The last trivia before the season starts, and then trivia may be going away for a bit. So play trivia on Tuesday because it may be the last trivia for a little while. So it won't be regularly on. So there's kind of your scheduling notes. The ref report this Sunday. Very much looking forward to presenting it to you guys. I found out a lot of cool stuff, and I have all kinds of different things to present to you about the ref report. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be very much awesome. All right, let's see. Logical saying Daryl returning meat. It's good to see Daryl Turner. He was here a lot like last season and different times chiming in, stuff like that. You know, a lot of people took the offseason off. I don't blame them. Callie did, Rahul. There's different Raptor freaks that, you know, just want to not think about basketball this summer. But now they're back, and they knew coming back to the Raptor Freak channel is the right place to come back and get the most in-depth, interesting Raptors content. Leslie's saying, Sue, thank you. If we win 50-plus games, why would we tank? I don't even think we could tank if we wanted to. Like these kids, like Gary Trent Jr. was not raised as a prodigy by his father to win over and over again. It's like programmed into him. You work so hard. You do those sit-ups. You do those push-ups, 7-year-old Gary Trent Jr. You think that he went through all that to try and lose at this point? No, these guys are all programmed to win. And it's not that easy to rewire the brain to go into that mode. I'm sorry. Once you do, you lose an edge. You lose a little bit of that Mamba mentality when you're like, I'm okay with losing. No, you shouldn't be. I mean, look at Kobe Bryant's record in Team USA. He didn't lose a single damn game if he was suited up in the USA jersey. He won every single damn game he wore the US jersey on. Yeah, he did. All right, let's see. Monique saying, Raymond, I don't like clickbait. I don't like it either, to a degree, especially when it's misleading and it's something stupid. And I just get mad. I'm like, well, why did you have me come here or something? Or maybe it's clickbait that's negative about the Raptors and it's like just stirring shit up. And it's not even founded in anything. Very much like the OG Anunoby rumors from Jake from State Farm this summer. That's what I'm saying. Clickbait can be insidious and it can be destructive. It can be negative, and it can also shape perception in a way that's not good. So I want content makers like myself to be responsible with how they make their content and stuff like that, especially since there's a wild west out there. There's so many of us, and we can take all kinds of topics and slants and stuff like that. Think about what you're doing. If you're getting a very negative backlash because you're clickbaity and people feel duped that they went and looked at your content, like, well, this is stupid. Write them a negative comment and tell them, you know, your channel sucks or something like that. And then, you know, maybe they'll get the message and maybe they'll change their behavior or something like that. You know, if people react to things in a certain way, they'll let them know if they like it or not. If they don't like it, then they'll let them know. I'm sure they will. But I'm with you on this, Monique. I try and stay away from that kind of stuff, but I have used it at times. And I may like at times use that kind of like strategy just because it can sometimes get you a couple clicks. But I always try to make it so that the content is still worthwhile. It may be a clickbait kind of lure, but it's still something that is worthwhile instead of just something like, oh, this is stupid. This was clickbait. Monique saying, Mo, same. I try and keep my titles on point. That's good. Sue saying, hey, Daryl, welcome back. I like to see that. G saying, speaking of Spurs, Canadian Josh Primo look good. Yeah, I picked him up and I dropped him on the fantasy league. I don't know. I'm going to be watching Josh Primo because I think he will be pretty good this year. And he's definitely going to get a lot more opportunities for the Spurs in their tank mode right now. In fact, they want him to play and make a lot of mistakes and just go through the fire and get it all out this year because this year they don't care about winning. Daryl's saying that Utah Jazz will end up with the towering young Frenchman phenom, just like they ended up with the last towering Frenchman, Rudy Gobert. So you're predicting down. See, when I saw them play us in the first preseason game, Daryl, I really think Utah's got good players. Like they may like play this year and like end up being like not that bad. Like I could see them being not in the like maybe just below the play-in, but they won't be the absolute worst. Like the Spurs are really bad. And Oklahoma City's kind of signaling that they're going to be tanking a lot too, but they're going to have a hard time too because they have such young talent that's coming up. If any of them start expanding and playing better, it's like they got a balance between, well, do we tank more to try and get Victor? Or do we want to really increase trying to raise up the young players that they're showing growth? We don't want to stifle because, that's what you have to do when you're tanking stuff. I don't think it's the Jazz, though. I think they're too good with Mike Conley and Lauri Markkanen. They actually have a good team right now on the down low. I think they're as good as Portland right now. And Portland doesn't want to tank. So I think Danny Ainge really got to continue to get rid of guys. It may be that he needs to trade Mike Conley and go even more less experienced because he's going to help them win. Mike Conley is going to help them win just by being there in some ways. So I want him to be on the Spurs so bad, but I can see what you're saying. The Jazz would like to get another towering Frenchman to duplicate and replace Rudy Gobert. Duke Rocks is here. Tanking is no guarantee in winning the lottery. Us getting Scottie was luck. We went from 7th to 4th. This is true. This is very true, Duke. It's like just because you tank, what a loser you be. You tank and then you don't even get Victor. That is really loserish kind of stuff. So why would you even want to do that? I mean, it's like not worth it. It really, especially if there's no guarantee, like Duke's saying, there's no guarantees to tank. So why take the risks and all the ugliness with it that we've been talking about just now? CC loves the long streams. Yes. Logical saying Leslie is on the positivity patrol. That's right. I like that. We could have a positivity patrol. We got a couple positivity officers that are here checking positivity and stuff. I like that. Leslie is a positivity cop. We're going to make sure she's going to regulate on this. I like that. Daryl Turner saying at Logical Raptors Fanatic and Sue, what is good, my folks? Thank you very much. Check out Raptors Fanatic. Logical Fanatic, he is great with his channel, Daryl. I highly recommend it. Go check out his YouTube. I'm a fun guy. I can't believe Raptor season is Wednesday. We back. Let's go. Yes, fun guy. Yes, I can't wait either. And I'm so excited. But yeah, we'll have a few days in between. And like I said, you've seen the content I'm going to be laying out over the next few days. Ref report Sunday. Seriously, it's going to be good. All right, Canadian Cowboy said, I got a busy day. Hope everyone has a great day and tonight. Let's go Raptors. All right, Cowboy out there doing the ta-da work. Be safe, be happy. TGIF. Have a great weekend, my friend. David is so pumped. Yeah, it's tonight, Boston Celtics. Ooh, come on now. Come on, Boston Celtics. We'll see who's there. We'll see who's playing. I have a feeling Jason Tatum will be playing tonight. Yeah. G likes the long streams too. He can go in and out. He can leave and go. He can go down to the grocery store and buy some groceries and come back. I'm still talking. And we get Cleveland. Yes, Cleveland first game. I want to. That's what I want to do to Cleveland on Wednesday. Glamma D's here. Good to see Twitch family. Glamma D. Pop should retire now. New team, new coach, so they grow together. Ooh, that's smart. That's actually really brilliant, Glamma D. That maybe he should and give it to like the least experienced assistant coach on the Spurs coaching staff. Here you go. It's your car now. And like, yeah, that actually is brilliant. Maybe he should just step down for 1 year. Like they're doing to Udoka, supposedly. Yeah, he's going to come back. Never. He's not coming back. But yeah, maybe. I mean, he has been around forever. And this season could really hurt his career totals. Maybe not, because he's played so much and he has said so much winning. But if he has a tank season, that's going to bring his percentage down a little bit in his win percentage as a coach. So maybe he should think about this. Maybe Pop right before the season, like he pulls the rug out and he's, hey guys, I'm leaving. Go ahead, Spurs. I'm doing this for your own good, so you can get Victor. I think that's a brilliant idea, honestly, Glenn, that maybe he should, or maybe just take 1 year off and come back and teach Victor the next year. Scott B's here. Good to see you, Scott B. Scott B's got a company also I want to promote. You do roofing, right, Scott B? Is that here in Toronto? I'm not sure where it is. I want to get your deets so I can push you too. Ready for the big game section 123 row. Seat 11 and 12. Look for us, brother. All right, so Scott B is going to be at the game tonight. So you're in Montreal. Okay, so you do roofing in Montreal area or somewhere around there. I don't know. Give me your deets about your company, Scott B, because I have wanted to push you because we were talking about this when we were setting up the fantasy league and stuff like that. Jam Joe's is here. Good to see Jam Joe's. Brian Winders, the same guy that made a segment on the Raptors called Going All In on Nothing. Why y'all bigging up Winders all of a sudden? Because he believes in us. Because he said this week that he thinks that the Raptors are a dark horse candidate to win the championship if they make a trade this year. That we could all of a sudden be in the picture and be a serious, legitimate contender. And he's one of the few people that's saying this. And I appreciate him for that because most people over there won't say good things about us and stuff like that. Now, maybe he has slighted us in the past, but a lot of people, everybody slighted us at the past at some certain points, stuff like that. Raymond Jacobs saying, to be honest, the longer you stream, the faster time flies at work. I would listen 8 to 4 if you did. Raymond Jacob, that's awesome. Well, let's get in the time machine and come with me. I'll take you through work real quick. Oh, man, that's awesome. I don't know if I could do that. Maybe I could try and do a 24-hour stream like Lloyd was trying to do on Twitch. That'd be crazy. I'd do it for like fundraising or something like that at some point. I'd be like, let's see if Lex can talk for like 8 hours or 10 hours or something like that. I would do that. I would actually try that if it was for a good cause and it was like a big deal in doing that. And you guys knew that's why I was doing it and stuff like that. Not because I just wanted to talk for 8 hours. And it's crazy. Daryl Turner saying, love the Raptors second round pick out of Arizona, but I love his teammate from Arizona who was drafted by Indiana in the first round so much more because he's my friend. That is that man. Just watch him this season. Okay. You're talking about Nemhard. Listen, I wanted them to take Nemhard so bad. And so, or was it Caleb Houston? Who are you talking about? I got to see who's the player. I know there's so many Canadians that came out. It's Nemhard, I think he's talking about. He was on is it Nemhard you're talking about? I'm being I had a brain fart for a second here. No, he was on Arizona. Yeah, he was on Arizona. No, he's not on Arizona. He was on Florida. So you're talking about Caleb Houston? No, that he went to Orlando. So you're talking about Mathurin? Yeah, you're talking about Mathurin. Okay, I had to get it all organized. Yeah, Benedict Mathurin. He's the Arizona Wildcat because there's so many Canadians on Indiana. I had to sort it out. And okay, yeah, so you like Mathurin. Yeah, he is looking like a real stud athlete. Of course, he was he was a lottery pick. He was a top 10 pick. He was like near the top, wasn't he? He was like one of the top picks, sixth pick. Yeah. So, yeah, we didn't get anywhere close to him. Obviously, get him. I was getting confused. Caleb Houston's the one that I kind of wanted us to pick when we picked Coloco, but he got picked the pick before our pick by Orlando. And the reason why I wanted Houston was because he's friends with Scottie Barnes from high school and stuff like that. But Mathurin is somebody that Chris Boucher is a big fan of also. Like I was saying earlier, he posts him on Instagram all the time and celebrates him, even though he's on the Pacers and stuff like that. So he's your friend? That's cool. This kid's really looking talented and super athletic. And he has really taken the NBA by storm just this week. That windmill dunk he did this week is badass, and he's putting up some very fat stats and stuff like that. So cool. Well, tell him I've got him on my fantasy team. If you see him, tell him the Raptor Freak drafted him because he believes in him. He's got him on his fantasy team. So, all right, Duke saying Pop said during media day, don't bet on the Spurs, more or less stating we're going to suck. Spurs will trade Jakob Poeltl. You can bet that will happen. I'd love to see him back on the Raptors, but I kind of don't want to give guys up and stuff like that. They talked about Wancho even more yesterday, and everybody's saying that he's not going to make the team. He's on the team. Nick said it, and he's in the rotation even. Like, he's not even like a bench guy. And one of the things reason why people should just temper their expectations with Wancho right now is because Nick is taking into account how much he's worked all summer playing in Eurobasket and playing stuff. He's not playing him a lot on purpose right now because he had such an active summer. And that he is going to expand it more. And that he said, because Otto and Chris are out, we can expect to see Juancho Hernangomez playing a lot of minutes on Wednesday because he may have to take some of the minutes from those guys being out, possibly. So Juancho is on the team and he is on the rotation. He's said it. It's just that's how it is and stuff like that. So he's definitely not getting cut. And he's also, he's not even going to be just the end of the bench guy. They're going to use him. And Fred had a lot of nice things to say about Juancho. He said, this guy is a very high IQ basketball player. He is very good in certain things that I've seen out there already. And so Fred has a vote of confidence in Juancho himself and stuff like that. He's a winner and he has a high IQ and he's doing really good things for us. He's a catch and shoot and stuff like that. All right, let's see. Logical saying chilling, working on a video at the moment. Another Raps deep dive story style. That's good. We like that. Fun guy saying I wouldn't trade for Jakob now with Coloco here. Yeah, he's kind of not needed at this point. And it may be kind of like the price is too high because Poeltl kind of is in like a really big part of his career where he should be making a ton of money because he's in the really big meaty part of it, like when he's going to be really good and stuff. I don't know. I have a sentimental reason I want Jakob to be back here and stuff like that. And obviously him and Pascal being so close, that would just be nice. It'd probably buoy Pascal's spirits up and stuff like that. But I think you're right. If we're going to choose for the future, if we had to choose between Jakob Poeltl or Christian Coloco, I think we'd go in the Koloko route just because that looks like that may have even more to it that's very interesting. And he's obviously a different level kind of shot blocker, even though Jakob's a great shot blocker himself. David's saying they have the best defense when they have Robert Williams. So you agree with Fred, but that's when Robert Williams is healthy and he's available to play for the Celtics. That the Celtics have one of the best defenses there. I don't want to give them any credit kind of way. I don't want to say the Celtics have one of the best, but that was what Fred said yesterday. That's what he said in that interview. Fun guy saying, I don't think I'd trade for Miles Turner either in that situation. I think I'm with you that we really like Koloko, and it's going to be very fun to see what the way he's going to grow over the years. Cool Cat saying, yes, I get the understanding that the starter's going to get a deep run tonight to get game condition. Yeah, I think that's what they were saying yesterday. Like I said, I had a hard time hearing Fred because there was so much background noise. Like you could hear everything going on in the court. And like I said, you could hear Luther Vandross singing, oh my love. This never too much, never too much, never too much. Yeah, good music. I'm like, who picked this mixtape? Is this a Rico Hines mixtape going on in this arena? This is not the youngsters. No, it isn't. This is classic jams going on in here. It could be Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse does know about this music, and he is a big fan of Prince. It could be Rico. It could be Earl Watson. I don't know who gave him this tape. But these guys were grooving to some old school R&B, and it was right. The vibe was right in there. They were listening to Love Roller Coaster. Roller coaster. You know, it's not even like about Fantastic Voyage, Coolio. This is the original roller coaster. I want to be your roller coaster, baby, baby. Yeah, it was such good tunes. I was like, you know what? I can't hear Fred, but I'm really enjoying the music. Is what was going on with the Raptors interview clip yesterday. It was awesome. It was so good. All right, let's see. Okay. Monique saying, just a reminder, guys, be at the game early. I always say this. Any game you guys go to this season, don't just go to the game for when the game time is. Go for the hour before because you see so much more. We pay so much to go to the game. Go get the whole experience. Go there early. Maybe you'll run into Chris Boucher and get to say hi and have a fan experience with a player. You're much more likely to have a fan experience with a player if you come to the game early. Trust me. And, you know, you can even do things like sit in the arena and just watch the players shoot around ahead of time. And that's so much fun in some ways. Just take in the ambiance and soak in like the players working out before the game, like an hour before the game. That's what I'm saying. Usually they open these arenas like 90 minutes to an hour before the game. And you can actually go in there and just chill and just do your thing and stuff like that. And I enjoy doing that kind of thing. So, and I also don't like half empty arenas when the game's starting. So I don't like these casually late people that show up and they just like stroll to their seat in the second quarter. Fuck that shit. Get there and be in your seat on time so we can get good energy right away because this shit can matter. And this has been one of the ways that our crowd can hurt how we do is because people are late. So I agree with Monique. I'll say this all the time. Get there early, as early as you can get, as soon as they open the doors. Duke Rocks is saying Jakob is a starter. Koloko will need a year or two to get to that level, fun guy. Yeah, for sure. Like right now, Pirtle's a much more capable player. But it's like, who do we have to trade for him going the other way to get him here at this point? I don't know if I'd like that deal just for him, even though he is really good. And there are some things he'd really help us with and stuff like that. Logical saying, Daryl, I was being a jokester about the topic of my question about video link was up. Check if I'm interested in my stuff. Yeah, okay, Logical. All right, we talking about your content. Well, you'll get it. You'll get it all figured out. Don't worry about it, Mike. You'll get it figured out. I'm a fun guy. We have our starters. Yeah, we have our starters. We're gonna have a mix and match some starters in here and there. Maybe Koloko will be in the starting rotation by the end of the year. Like if he shows some like capability and he's not totally screwing up and stuff like that, and they have more faith in him, he could end up being starting for us in different games at different times and stuff like that. OG's new quote on tanking: "I don't play to lose." Yeah, and they did this little thing like, "What's your dance if you hit the game winner to win a game? What is your dance?" And OG does something like this. OG is so awesome, but I love the different ones. Like Jeff Doughton's like jumping up on the thing, and he's like, "Oh!" It's like Scottie does his little like they all do their little celebration of hitting a game winner. That's a great little clip. If you guys have not seen it, you're Raptor fans, you will really enjoy it. Go watch the Raptors and showing how they would celebrate if they hit a game winner on the content yesterday. Hilarious stuff. So good. And then, of course, they're always doing like these weird questions and stuff like that. What was the one that they did this recently? Eggs. Do you put ketchup on your eggs? They did this at the game the other night. We're sitting in the stands, Sue and Adriana and I, and they have the Raptors come on and they're saying, do you put ketchup on your eggs? Because these are important questions. I'm not going to lie, on Scottie's Twitch, this was a lot of the content, was we were just talking about food stuff and what people like and what's right and wrong. Like the whole milk in the bowl before the cereal thing that they did this summer where Koloko looked like a crazy man because he puts the milk in the bowl before the cereal. And everybody's like, what are you doing? And then he thought a hot dog was a sandwich. It's like, whoa, wait a second. And then Pascal had to say, no, this has nothing to do with him being Cameroonian because I ain't doing this shit like he is and stuff like that. So the one on Sunday was, do you put ketchup on your eggs? And a lot of the Raptors were like, that is gross. No, you don't. But Delano was like, well, who made them? If I make them, they're good. They don't need the ketchup. But if I get some eggs, they're kind of, I would put some ketchup on them to make them better. And almost everybody was against ketchup on eggs, except for one person. One person was like, you know what? If you like ketchup on your eggs, you go ahead and eat ketchup on your eggs. And that was Scottie Barnes. He said, I ain't judging. I don't mind having ketchup on my eggs sometimes. So this is the important Raptors content that you'll get here. That how they care about the ketchup on their eggs. A lot of them think it's really fucking gross. Most of them do. But Scottie and Delano are like, ketchup on eggs, no big deal. No big deal. We'll do it if we have to. And stuff like that. Hilarious, crazy stuff. Yeah, that G's talking about it now. Did you see the Raptors celebrations for game-winning shots? Why is OG so funny without trying? Yeah, he did that first one when he claps and he goes, yay. And then they showed him later go, shh. I want to see him go like this, like after a game, like shh. But like it's funny because he said this is what I would do if I hit a game winner. Of course, we have evidence of what he would do from the bubble, and it was pretty much similar to what he did. He didn't react. He just like walked away, and everybody's freaking out all around him, and he's just like, okay, it's really I guess that's just OG. It's so crazy. Oh, man. Duke saying, we need rim protection in the starting lineup. Koloko helps, but Jakob helps more. Yeah, I think so. I think this is kind of getting back to the subject we talked about with Koloko needs to learn how to hold his body physically against centers and bigs in this league and learn that. And Pirtle's got that. He's had years of experience, and he does have that. So that is something that would change switching Koloko out for Pirtle, that he has way more experience at holding good defense down low physically and stuff like that. Now, Koloko may be a better shot blocker than Jakob, but yeah, that is a big, important difference in things. And that's part of the reason why Koloko probably shouldn't start. Let's see. I'm a fun guy saying I would clickbait if I made videos. My morals would be a necessary sacrifice. I don't even know if it's moralistic or anything. This is just the way society is right now. You can either go and have that National Enquirer tabloid kind of journalistic integrity of clickbaiting and being like that, or you could have a little bit of more quality or some integrity to your content also. It's your choice. And people will just have to figure out what it is. It's like you're standing in the grocery line. You can see that National Enquirer talking about Bigfoot and aliens and Elvis being at the supermarket around the corner. Or you could see there's a People magazine and like, or maybe there's a Newsweek or something like that. You're like, oh, okay, maybe I'll get the McLean's instead of the Global World News Today that has aliens coming down and stuff like that. Oh, I'm going to get McLean's. It's like, it's freedom of choice. If you wanted to be a clickbait peddler, I wouldn't judge you for that. That's just your thing, man. Go ahead. Suzanne, I love OG. I love OG too. Logical's laughing at Fun Guy. I know Fun Guy's funny. Guardian Transit saying cannot see starters getting more than 30 to 34 minutes. Still need bench guys to get accustomed to each other. Yeah, I think you might be right, Guardian. We'll have to see how it goes. It could have to do with how the game's going. I think it may be like a first half, second half kind of thing. That really the starters on most teams in the NBA, when they're in the preseason, they only play like 20 to 25 to 30 minutes at the most. So I don't think they'll go over 30 minutes either. And hopefully they don't have to. That we just do a really cool rotation that Nick Nurse does. And maybe he does it in a smart way where it staggers the starters' minutes away, and they get to actually close the game also tonight. I don't know. They probably won't. They'll probably do first half, second half, first half starters, second half bench. That really is kind of the pattern for preseason stuff like that. Fun guy, what is that? I've never seen that little emoticon. That looks like a picture of a Pokemon on a picture. This is so weird. I have never seen that before in my life. Okay, Monique's saying thank you to those who follow me on Instagram from this live stream, and there's many of you. Yeah, thank you guys, and I will push Monique like all kinds of ways. A really good place is if you guys become Facebook friends with Monique, you can see all of her content on Facebook. So much good stuff. But yeah, live stream or from Instagram. Go and follow Monique in all places you can find her. Always good stuff going on. What is Instagram? David doesn't even know what Instagram is. Well, don't worry about it, David. Maybe you don't want to know. We're just not going to tell you. You're better off being in the shadows of Instagram. You don't need to know. Just trust me. All right. I'm a fun guy saying that actually literally happens to me. Laugh out loud. Go to corner store, come back, and you're still on talking. I love it. Hilarious. Well, somebody was at Home Depot the other day listening to me. They said, like, I'm in the Home Depot listening to you right now. I'm like, oh my gosh. Sometimes I wonder if there's some weird vicarious things that happen from my stream and people listening to me in weird places. Maybe they're listening. Like, I worry that my girlfriend's listening and her dad hears me. And some of the things I'm saying, he's like judging. I'm like, I hope he's not listening to you, to me over your shoulder while you're listening to me in the house and stuff like that. I wonder about that sometimes. Like the people that are on the periphery of people watching me and what they think when they hear some of the shit I'm saying. They're like, what the fuck are you watching? Like, what is this like beaver guy talking to a beaver? I was like, what the fuck? It's hilarious. Daryl's saying at Logistical Raptors Fanatic, no problem, my G. I'll check you out for sure. All right, cool. Awesome. All right, yeah. Follow Logical, follow Mo. If you guys have other stuff, I'll put it on blast too. Cece saying, I do hope you get a Patreon. I'll support. Awesome, Cece. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna figure it out, and I'll let you guys know and stuff like that. And obviously, it's a weird thing for me because I don't really like. I'm one of these weird people that said I would do this for free forever and stuff like that. But other people are trying to say, well, you maybe could make some money doing it or doing something at least. Whatever, we'll figure it out. But like I said, I don't want anything to be like where you have to pay to see my stuff. It's just going to be just like a thing if you like what I'm saying and you feel like helping me out and you want to. But I don't even necessarily need that either. It's just kind of like, I don't know. Maybe I should just shut up. We'll see. Logical saying, Daryl, respect. It's a unique style, so I could hit some new stuff. All right, Benedict. Yeah, it's Benedict you guys were talking about. All right. I love all the comments. We'll get back to the preview for the game. I know we're a little off the rails, but I love it. I love it so much. We'll definitely be doing the ref report in a second. The ref check. Okay. All right. Yeah. You guys are talking about Benedict Mathurin. Cool Cat saying also NBA TV preview show has Raptors over 46.5 games and deep second round playoff. They have been doing Yeah, that's good. They're giving us some respect. They're giving us a bit of respect. That's good. David thinks that Jaden Ivey will be the rookie of the year. That's a pretty good pick. He's had some good chemistry with Cade Cunningham this week. G saying Mathurin will be amazing. His mentality is a winning one. Yeah, he has a swagger to him. And like his body looks very mature already. Like he has some good athleticism and strength already for somebody who just came to the league right now. Cool Cat saying, yeah, I wanted us to get Nemhard or Scottie's friend Caleb Houston. Oh, well, we'll get them for the national squad. Yeah, have them play for Team Canada. And who knows, maybe down the road we do get Caleb Houston because I know that Scottie would love to play with some of his old high school teammates. Okay, cool. Daryl's found logical. Awesome. Duke Rocks is saying, I think Nemhard had 9 assists in that Knicks game. Halliburton didn't play. Interesting. Yeah, I'm really, my focus is really keen on the Raptors, and so you guys tell me about other stuff. That's interesting. Pirtle is Pascal's bestie. That trade could actually happen. It really could, and I mean, we trade well with the Spurs. They are a very friendly trade partner with us, and we don't. They don't. It's none of this bullshit like with Danny Ainge or with Kevin Durant and Sean Marks and this shit. This is a friendly trade partner, and we'll actually try and work together to make things happen, to help each other and stuff like that. So it really could actually happen. G saying all of these Canadian studs, I bet a few will join the Raptors in free agency at some point in their careers. It looks like SGA could at some point. RJ Barrett, these guys probably would love to play for the Raptors and play back here in Canada for sure. I agree with this. Monique saying more time. Adam Sandler somewhere. Adam Sandler is smiling with the Bo Cruise News. Yeah, well, I hope I see Adam Sandler at the arena. We'll have to see. Scott B saying took the winter off, but looking forward to another year of Lexiats and NBA Chev for amazing Raptor content. Yes, all right, Scott B. I love seeing that, man. I love seeing that. Big ups, NBA Chev. Always respect and love towards you from me, bro. Duke Rock saying Josh Primo had a good game last night as well. 25 points. That's awesome. I like hearing that. Canadians are excelling. Cool Cat saying the media day sessions were cleaned up for Yahoo Sports release compared to the Toronto feed. I wonder if these music choices were influenced by Rico. I don't know, but I love it. I love it. Honestly, I feel like listen, one of the things I want to do, Cool Cat, on Scotty's Twitch, if this someday, if he'll trust me, I love to be able to be on his Discord and give him videos to react to. Like I already do this as one of my jobs that I do in my life is review music videos every week. So I'm seeing all the newest stuff and I could pick really interesting ones that he could watch and just do like live reacts to on his Twitch stream. And that would be very entertaining because I find some really cool ones, like crazy ones that people don't find. I like go through, like I watch 150 videos every Friday. I'm about to do that after I get off this live stream. That's what I'm going to be doing today. I have to watch 150 brand new music videos that came out in the past week. And I want to, like, it'd be cool if Scotty likes doing the reaction stuff. I could give him such great videos to react to that are very current. And it would be just like these other people that do music video reactions channels on YouTube right now. So I don't know. I want to see if I can make that work. But Rico, yeah, it was, I don't know whose vibe that was in there. If it was one of the young players that brought that music, that's awesome. It could have been Fred. Maybe Fred was playing that music. I don't know. Somebody with cool was playing that music because the hits were right. They were hitting all those classic good ones. Like, oh my gosh, Sir Duke, Stevie Wonder. That's one of my favorite Stevie Wonder songs. And like they had good prints, like really good prints. Not that there's any bad prints, but really good prints. I Want to Be Your Lover. And, there was an old Michael Jackson song on there. I forget which one it was. It wasn't Rock With You. It was something around that era. I'm trying to remember stuff. But yeah, the audio was really bad on the Toronto Raptors release of the interviews. But then Yahoo came out with the ones through the microphones. But it was hilarious to listen to the other ones too. Fun guy saying my favorite is between OG and Siakam. Yeah, it's hard to pick a favorite Raptor. And sometimes it's just a day. And maybe I'm having an OG day. I'm like, OG's my favorite Raptor. Oh, it's Chris Boucher. I'm having a Chris Boucher day. It's tough to kind of figure out. Kareem, like, yeah, where's Open Gym been? I haven't seen an episode of Open Gym in a week or two or something like that. Where's Open Gym been? Kareem Thomas wants Open Gym content. I want Open Gym content. Where are you guys? Put it out. We expect some maybe tonight. Maybe it'll come out tonight. Yeah, everybody's agreeing. Paul B saying ketchup and scrambled eggs ain't bad. I agree with this. If you have to, go that route. Some people like the hot sauce on their eggs and stuff like that. But these players do not. Gary was like, that's gross. Chris was like, that is disgusting. You don't get any fucking eggs near my no ketchup near my eggs. You stay away with that. I don't want nothing to do with that. But Scotty and Delano, they're okay with it. They're cool with it. But everybody else was like, no, that's gross. Don't do that. David saying ketchup on eggs is nuts. You tell Scotty that. He wants everybody to have freedom to do what they want and stuff like that. He's like, don't hate on ketchup. I think Scotty likes ketchup. I think that's part of it. It's the thing that he kind of likes. Kareem saying ketchup on eggs is a felony. And people should be arrested for such atrocious behavior. That's hilarious. I mean, I don't know. That seems like that's very dictatorship. Bobby saying, you guys eat peanut butter and cheddar cheese sandwiches? What the fuck? Now we're getting crazy. What is this, Bobby? What are you talking about? Peanut butter and cheddar cheese sandwiches? You know, my dad will put cheese on his apple pie sometimes. He'll put that cheddar cheese on the apple pie and melt it on top of it. It's like, but that's normal. A lot of people do that. But some people think that's weird. But peanut butter and cheddar cheese? I don't know. Maybe that is good. I have never thought about that, Paul B. That's weird, man. You guys are getting me into weird flavor palettes right now. Fun guy saying I got to try it, but it sounds nasty. Yeah, David thinks it's funny. David's saying I don't even really like ketchup. I only eat it with Kraft dinner or eggs. What? That's gross. Eat it with French fries. That may be the only time. Even some people say you shouldn't put it on your hot dogs. Don't put ketchup on a hot dog. It's supposed to be mustard. You don't put ketchup on a hot dog. I don't know. Listen, it's a free country. Do what you want to do with your food stuffs. I'm not going to judge. I'm like Scotty. CC saying at Paul, yes, I've had PB and cheddar sandos. Yum. That's okay. That's pretty good according to CC. All right, I might have to get some cheddar cheese and some peanut butter and try this out. Interesting. All right, let's see. She's saying ketchup and hot sauce together on scrambled eggs is pretty good. Okay. Okay, we're weighing in here. This is not as contentious as the cereal and the milk argument earlier this summer. Let's see. Duke is saying we have ketchup chips. U.S. don't. I've seen some what the fuck clips with Americans trying ketchup chips. This was a topic of discussion on Scotty's Twitch this summer. Ketchup chips that he had never tried them, and he tried them live on Twitch with us. It was awesome. But he was like thinking they were going to be gross too. He's like, "What doesn't make any sense? Why would you have ketchup chips?" I was like, "Well, it's just a Canadian thing, Scotty. Try them." So he did. He went and got a bag and he was eating them. He was trying them. He's like, "These are actually pretty good." And he kept eating them. That's how we knew that he liked them, because he kept eating them. He didn't like just eat one and say, "Okay." He kept eating them. He's like, "They're not that bad." So he came around to the idea of allowing ketchup chips to exist in this world. That it is very foreign to Americans. They're like, "What the fuck, ketchup chips?" But if you think about it, it's not that far off from fries and ketchup and stuff like that. And Scotty was like okay with them. He's a chip guy anyway. He likes chips. And he's not hating on ketchup chips. He thinks that they're okay, but they're not. They're not his favorite. But all right, let's see. Cool Cat saying OG is letting us see him smile more this year. I wonder if Scotty encouraged him to let us fans see more of his personality. It may be partly that. It may be just naturally he's more comfortable at this stage in his career, that he's kind of more established. He's not like unsure of himself in some ways. Maybe he's blossoming as a person a little bit more in his personality and stuff. I have noticed this too, Cool Cat, that he's showing a lot more emotion and he's putting himself out there more and just being comfortable being, I'm OG. Y'all accept me for being who I am, and I appreciate that. So I will be myself and let you guys see more of me and stuff like that. I think Scotty is a factor in this, though. I think you're right. And definitely they're having fun. They're definitely having fun and enjoying their friendship and stuff like that. Paul B saying USA needs ketchup chips desperately. Forget about sending aid for Hurricane Ian. Let's send them a whole pallet full of ketchup chips down to South Florida and stuff like that, to the places where they've been ravaged. This is our aid from Canada. Y'all haven't had these for so long, you're starved. Here's your ketchup chips and stuff like that. Maybe we'll put some roasted turkey chips in there, some dill pickle chips too. CC saying, Lex, food for thought. 24-hour stream to fundraise for 50-50, 50% to the charity of your choice, and 50% fundraiser for a Raptor Freak box for the game. Holy crap, CC. That is a really, really smart idea. That's a really smart idea. Well, we'll have to see. I mean, I like this, and this is a really good little germination of a new idea and stuff like that. This is a brilliant idea in some ways. I'll have to look into this and see if I can figure this out. And maybe we'll do this way. I don't know. Maybe this will work. I don't know. We'll have to think. I'm going to try and think about the logistics of everything with it and stuff like that. But I'm interested in doing a marathon fundraiser stream at some point. I think that's a really good idea. And if we can make it for charity, for sure. And then there's something like what you're saying, 50% goes towards us being able to go to the game all together. All about it. That's just winning all around, CC. Great idea. Daryl saying them Cavaliers will be Friday the 13th scary in the East. Their backcourt is Golden State Warriors like. I saw deadly snipers and offensive artillery versus the Hawks. Mobley out and Allen resting on the bench. So they're really playing off of Garland and Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, I still want to see how they do against us on Wednesday and stuff like that. I hope that they're not going to be really, really good this year. I know that a lot of people are predicting them to bump up because of Donovan coming there and stuff like that. But I still want to be one of these people that like kind of does what they do to us. Is like, yeah, maybe something's not going to work right. There's something weird about their team. Their backcourt's too short and stuff like that. But I don't like hearing this. That Daryl Turner thinks that they're going to be really good and like the Warriors. Well, hopefully we have some kryptonite for their new formation with their little guards and that we can do some stuff with them, containing them, stuff like that. We'll have to see. Paul B saying the new M.I.A. album is a banger. Yeah. Then the latest video by M.I.A. is one of the best videos of the year so far. It's called Popular, and it's very interesting. She has like a android in the video that looks like her, that has that moves like a robot, and it's computerized. It's very interesting because it's looking at android people and the real sex dolls or whatever they make and stuff like that. There's really is kind of like things where they can make fake people. Like androids, and she has one in her latest video called Popular. Check it out. M.I.A. Popular. She's been around for a long time. You guys know Paper Planes, that beautiful song. I fly like paper, like high like planes. All I want to do. You know what I'm talking about, M.I.A. But yeah, good. That is a good one, Paul B. And Popular. Her latest video is really good. Paul B saying, you guys put ketchup on your mac and cheese. I used to do that at times. I mean, this is very divisive stuff. I mean, let's not lose any friendships over the ketchup choices we make now. Come on, guys. Daryl Turner is saying, before I forget to ask you, what do you think will happen to the future of professional wrestling with Vince McMahon no longer monopolizing it anymore? Well, it's still kind of a monopoly. I mean, AEW is really a good force against WWE, and they were here this week. The AEW guys were here doing their shows here in Toronto this week, which is very interesting. I don't watch it. I didn't go. But what I'm hearing is Triple H is doing a really good job running the WWE right now, and that it's a much better product. That Vince really was kind of like out of touch and kind of way too controlling with the product. And it's actually getting really good right now, apparently, because Bray Wyatt is coming back all of a sudden now. And they're setting up for Survivor Series to have the bloodline, Roman Reigns and his group against Bray Wyatt in a mystery Wyatt family for Survivor Series. That is great booking. That is really going to get people back that weren't watching wrestling anymore recently because it sucks so bad. So Triple H is being very, very successful getting them old fans back because he's actually making good wrestling to watch and stuff like that. So I think it's been very good that Vince has had to step down and that Triple H is doing a good job. And that, wrestling's going to get better because of this, that Vince is out of the picture and stuff like that. Cool Cat saying, I love ketchup on my eggs sometimes. I can eat ketchup on anything, actually. All right, so she's with Scottie. Scottie likes his ketchup too and stuff like that. Listen, it's a ketchup world. You do whatever people want to do with ketchup. I'm not going to judge and stuff like that, unless it's murder. You do murder with ketchup, then I'm judging you. Yeah, and you probably did with the bottle. Kareem Thomas saying, after reading this food combinations on this thread, I'm convinced your audience is all high with the munchies. That might be true to an extent. I know Raymond Jacob is. I know Fun Guy is. There's a certain percentage of us. Yeah, we like to imbibe and be a little high and stuff like that. That may be true. There may be. Maybe I didn't say that too loud. Raymond Jacob's at work. I don't want to get him in trouble. David's laughing out loud. It's funny. Daryl's saying, anyone like green Tabasco sauce on eggs or rice? Ooh, green Tabasco. That's like really hot Tabasco. I might have to try this because I have a bottle of Frank's Red Hot in the fridge, and I'll use that on a lot of different stuff and stuff like that. Sue saying, I don't like ketchup either. I don't eat it on anything, but I love mayo on my fries, which some think is weird, but I think it's yummy. Yeah, listen, we all have different condiment tastes and different things that we like. I like vinegar a lot too on fries. Just get vinegar and just put it on there. Don't even get any ketchup. Just load it up with some malt vinegar and stuff like that. I'll do that. Paul Beast thinks that Daryl's idea sounds delicious. I think we might be getting some lunch ideas right now. Maybe we all need to meet at New York Fries somewhere in Toronto right now. Go check out how we're going to put our condiments on fries at a New York Fries in Toronto right now. Raymond's saying, I need ketchup on my wieners. Sometimes the worst feeling in the world is when you reach for the ketchup bottle only to find that it's empty. Like, fuck my life. You know, Raymond Jacob, that makes me think of like old Heinz ketchup commercials where there's like trying to get the ketchup out of the bottle and they're like hitting it and like, oh, dude. And it says something like good things come to those who wait. And like, but like there's not in there. And then the guy's like all sad. He's like, no, this just made me think of that old commercial with the Heinz bottle. Monique saying the media day pictures turned out great. Yeah, OG's pictures are very intense. He's just like very staring straight at us and just kind of, yeah. I like some of those pictures that have come out and stuff like Scotty's and Gary's and stuff. Ketchup chips are OP. Okay. Mike likes ketchup chips. Yeah, Scotty didn't mind them. Paul B saying US needs some Kraft peanut butter too. You mean like, I think we have Kraft peanut butter down there. Like, do we? Or you're in the States, so you should know maybe. I'm not sure. I always thought that we could get Kraft brand peanut butter at the grocery store in Florida. I'm trying to think. Maybe you're right. I'm not sure. Raymond Jacobs saying that Sue, mayo and gravy and ketchup. Oh, my mouth is watering. Oh my gosh, that's too many condiments. Like the gravy and the ketchup and the mayo will mix together, and then what would that taste like, Raymond Jacob? What are you doing? You're a palate terrorist. That's too much. David's saying Scotty looks a lot more comfortable in his interviews with the media, making little jokes and a bit more engaged than last year. I agree with this. This is something he's talked about on his Twitch, where he really wants to feel more comfortable in interviews, and he doesn't want to look stupid, and he wants to, like, he's done a good job. Honestly, he's a little loose, and he's very candid. He talks about different stuff. And like I said, I love that he did mention his Twitch yesterday, and he's kind of like, yeah, Twitch is my thing and stuff like that. And they asked him, why do you do that stuff? And he said, I like to be in contact and interact with the fans. And that is why he's on Twitch. And that's why he knows who the Raptor Freak is, and Tom Dookie and Cool Cat and all the regulars in there and stuff like that, because he wants to interact with us. That's why he's there. All right, let's see. Evelyn's saying, I'm not a fan of spicy food, but a fan of spicy P. Yes, Evelyn, I'm with you. I'm not a big fan of spicy food, and neither is Spicy P. He doesn't like spicy food. Don't you send him no spicy food. Pascal don't want it. Leslie's saying, Lex, would you actually do a music reaction channel? If so, I'm in. I've really wanted to. You know what I'm thinking about doing is starting my own Discord and maybe doing it on there. I can't do it on Twitch because I'm really worried about copyrights, and I don't want to get banned from Twitch, so I can't watch Scotty. So I'm thinking I might start a Discord server and just have all of us regular Raptor freaks there, and maybe I'll do them there. I am very interested in doing this idea, and I've tried to do it at different times with different success. It's really weird, my background with music and stuff like that, being involved in radio for like decades and like listening to college radio and like really not like commercial radio. I'm talking about the underground stuff, like the stuff like we were playing Nirvana before they made it big in the 80s and stuff like that. So it's like, I would love to do this project, and I will definitely keep you updated if it does come into fruition in a real way. And maybe it will. I mean, hearing this kind of comment from you makes me think, okay, maybe people would want to watch it and stuff like that. So yeah, if I do it, Leslie, and I will let you know first. I'll let all of you guys know first and stuff like that. All right, let's see. Duke Rocks is saying, I remember when I was in New York, I ordered a Caesar. Bartender gave me a crooked look when I mentioned Clamato juice. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, people are weird. People are very weird about, like, there's different regions and different places where you can get away with doing stuff, and then you go to another part of the country, and they're like, "Wait, what are you guys doing here?" And you're like, "What is going on here?" Monique saying, "Love your thoughts on the channel, CC." Yeah, that's a really good idea, Monique, isn't it? That 50-50 raffle she's talking about. That's a really good idea. Daryl saying it's so delicious, no BS, especially with eggs, hash brown, and cheese grits. You're talking about the green Tabasco. I'll bet. It does sound good. Guardian Transit saying, I'm having eggs, bacon, and ketchup for dinner. Yeah. Oh, man, I think we're all going to be getting the ketchup bottle somewhere at some point. Ketchup and cereal, Alistair? Really? Really? A flag on the play on that one. Ketchup and cereal, that is just nuts. That is nuts. That's the wrong mix. Guardian Transit saying, my cereal double coffee in there, cake with milk also. Cake with milk, yes. That's like cookies and milk. Yeah. Sue saying, hey, Leslie, I'm in the process of starting a music reaction channel. You will have to check me out when I go live. That's right. Sue was telling me about this the other day, that she's going to do a music reaction channel and stuff like that. That is awesome. She's done a few and she's just trying it out and getting it going. Definitely support Sue's reaction channel when it starts up. I'm very curious to watch it and see what she's watching and stuff like that too. That's right. I remember you told me that about that on Sunday. Raymond Jacobs saying, I've been working from home for 3 years now. Yes, I am. And I got some Doritos for the munchies. Okay, so nobody's going to hear us say that you've been smoking weed while you've been on the job, stuff like that. So it's no big deal. Leslie's saying, I might have to co-host the music channel with you. That is my first love. Awesome. I'm all about collaborating with different people in different ways. And if we can make this work, I'm all about it. I am all about it. I love music so much. And I'm with you on that. I mean, the Raptors are kind of my first love, but music is very close up there in different ways and stuff like that. I am all about collaborating with you guys. Maybe all of us do it. Like Sue could be involved. Maybe I have something where like different people from the channel are on different episodes with me and we react together. Like Raymond Jacob comes in and does an episode with me sometime, or Monique does an episode with me. That'd be cool to kind of do a rotation and stuff like that. But hey, Leslie, if you could be there and commit and be there every time, I'd love to have a co-host or just not a co-host. We're both hosts. I don't look at it that way. I say we're both the host of it and stuff like that. Alistair saying, I hate when people bring everything else to the barbecue except ketchup. Well, doesn't most people have in their fridge somewhere little ketchup packets left over from things that they order that's just around? There's got to be ketchup around the house somewhere. Come on. Every house has got ketchup packets somewhere in their house from people ordering food and not using them all and stuff like that. But that's a funny hate. Like you hate when you show up to the barbecue and there's no ketchup at the barbecue. What are y'all doing? Daryl Turner saying mild green salsa habanero or mild green habanero Tabasco are the ones to buy. All right, this is all good information, y'all. The green habanero salsa. Get it, y'all. Raymond Jacobs saying, I'm down too, Leslie, and I'm all about karaoke and music. Anyone here that Tom went back to Blink 182 new album coming? I did hear that Blink 182 reformed and that they're going to be back together. This is good because Travis Barker has been doing all these crazy music cameos and videos. It's like in a video every week. It's kind of like this artist featuring Travis Barker, and he's basically just in the video, like hitting the drums a little bit. And then like sometimes the song doesn't even sound like it has drums, and I'm like, okay, they just paid Travis Barker to be there to get a feature credit on their video to get more attention. The people come look at it. Oh, Travis Barker's in this video, and then they come and look, and there's no drums in the song, and he's just kind of standing there. It's like what? So this is good. He needs to go and be in his real band and not just keep collaborating in these weird collaborations where he's just standing around. Stuff like that. So that's cool. Yeah. All right. Listen, we're very musically inclined. That's another idea. Is like, I love singing karaoke. We could find a good karaoke night on a regular. We could have like a regular meetup weekly at a karaoke night and sing karaoke and hang out together in person and stuff like that. I used to go to Watson's on Sunday nights to sing karaoke. But it may be tough to have a regular night because if there's a Raptor game, I'm not going to be doing karaoke that night. I'm going to be watching the Raptors and taking care of that stuff. So we're getting more and more ideas about things we could possibly do, whether it's a music channel, whether it's a raffle or not a raffle, a 50-50 fundraiser, whether it's maybe starting a karaoke night where we all meet every week and stuff like that. Because I love singing karaoke. Sue saying, sounds good, Leslie. And I want to get people on with me. You could join me and maybe we can get Lex on there one day too. Yeah, like I think it would be fun to collaborate on a music podcast, music channel or something on YouTube. Monique's saying, can we stop the ketchup talking already? Monique's like, let's get back to basketball. I haven't even done 3 of my segments, and we're an hour and a half into the show. I haven't even done the ref report. It's hilarious. Sue, we might have to get together for sure. We can try this. Kareem saying, Monique, if you have to bring ketchup to a barbecue, is it really a barbecue? I mean, this is true. This is the rules and stuff like that. Sue saying, excellent, Leslie. And we will talk. Check me out on Facebook and we can talk about it soon. Sue Fenholm. All right, this is awesome, guys. I love this. All right, let's do the ref report. So good. I love it. All right, tonight our refs in Montreal are going to be led by Giaminas Petratus. Giaminas. We've had him many times. He is from Lithuania. He resides in Kensington, Maryland. He has been a referee for 7 seasons. His favorite TV show is Narcos. His favorite movie is Coming to America. He likes Swedish House Mafia, which is house music, guys. The Great Gatsby is his favorite book, and his favorite app is the Peloton and stuff. So Giamedis is an interesting ref for us. He is on I have him in the blue zone. You'll know about the zones on Sunday, which means he's a fairly nice ref to us. We win 64.5% of the time when he's refereeing. So he's not horrible. He has been bad to us in games last year. Like he did kind of like screw us over a little bit last year, but he's pretty fair. And we do win normally when he's around. Our second ref is Sean Corbin. He's been a ref for 28 years. He's the longest standing ref for us tonight. He is from Windermere, Florida, that's where he lives. And his favorite show is CSI Miami. He likes the Godfather movies. And his favorite food is steak and lobster. Well, Sean Corbin's win percentage for us when he's refereeing is not that good, but honestly, actually, it's not bad. It's 54.7%. For a 28-year ref, that's pretty good. And this is something I'll talk about on Sunday. A lot of the refs that are like 25 years plus in the league, we have losing records with them. But that's a lot of it is because they were reffing when we were a really bad expansion team. Now, the fact that Sean Corbin is on the higher end of those refs, that means he's been a friendly ref to us for most of this time. So he's actually not a bad ref, even though he has the worst win percentage for us tonight in this game particular. But he's actually a 54. We win about 55% of the time when he's reffing, and that's not bad considering he's a long time ref. Now, our last referee is Nate Green. We saw Nate Green a few times last season at different times. He's a younger ref. He's going into his 4th season as a ref. His favorite show is The Wire. He likes the movie Coming to America, and his favorite app is Netflix. And Nate Green actually has the best win percentage of our 3 refs tonight. He's in the upper echelon of refs for us. 71.4% of our games we win when Nate Green is refereeing in his 5 years in the NBA. So this will be his 5th year coming up and stuff like that. So it's not a bad ref crew. Sean Corbin being the older ref, but also being one that we've won under is good. Giamedis is not a bad runner. So I don't think the refs are that bad for us. They should be run the mill. I don't know if there'll be very much favoritism for the Celtics in Montreal, but we'll have to see how they play it with being in the Montreal game and stuff like that. Let's see. Monique saying, I don't like ketchup that much, only on burgers. Yeah, that's a good place to put it and stuff like that. I agree with that, Monique. My brother loved ketchup when I was growing up, and we would go to McDonald's, and I would like time how long it would take him to get some ketchup on his clothes. Like he always ended up walking out of that McDonald's with some ketchup spot somewhere on his shirt. And so it was kind of like we expected it. And because he would overdo it too. He'd be like putting so much ketchup on everything and stuff like that. That's part of the reason why he got on his clothes. And I'd always think that it was going to happen. Kareem saying, I wonder if Sean Corbin likes ketchup on his steak and lobster. This could determine the outcome of the game. Yeah, I wish one of these guys liked Prince. This would make things so much easier tonight. But this guy, Giamedis, like Ceppaline. What is that? That sounds like a Lithuanian meal. Ceppaline. What is that? I don't even know what food that is. Sean Corbin is that steak and lobster. I mean, that's surf and turf, baby. That's living the high life. Sean Corbin, you live a good life. You enjoy the finer things. And then Nate Green's is tagliatelle bolognese. So he likes an Italian dish, and he really named a very specific one there. I don't know. Hopefully we can just serve some pancakes tonight. Nice stack of flapjacks with that 100% Canadian maple syrup and just pour it on real thick. A nice good lead and just beat the Celtics down tonight. Yeah. Daryl Turner saying, what do you think about this idea? If WWE created a field of 68 like March Madness tournament of the tallest and biggest wrestlers, a la Andre, the Big Show, crown a new 8th Wonder champion. That's kind of a cool idea. You know, they did that Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and it's kind of gone. I don't know. They don't do it very much anymore, but that's an interesting idea. I wonder, think they'd have to field these guys. You're talking about guys like Omos and like Braun Strowman, stuff like that. It'd be, I don't know, how many of these guys do they have around there right now? I don't know. I'm not watching the product. I'm just kind of vicariously hearing things about what's happening with it, but I'm still not watching the shows or anything. So I couldn't tell you for sure. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's kind of fun. Now, AEW is doing so many titles and so many tournaments and stuff like that. They do want to watch out from having just too many belts. It seems like there's too many champions in wrestling today that the belts don't even matter. They're watered down and stuff like that. I don't like that. Alistair saying, I see Harper and Champagny over Gabe and Josh. They are way better and young. So you like Ron Harper and Justin Champagny over Gabe Brown and Josh Jackson. Now, Gabe Brown is very young also. That's the thing. I don't know. That's tough. And Monique saying prayers to Tony Brown. Yeah, Tony Brown's a referee that's been having health problems in the recent years. And I just hope that he's doing okay right now and stuff like that. I know the whole NBA referee community and the NBA in general has been thinking about Tony Brown a lot and hoping that his health issues right now will turn out okay and stuff like that. They've had fundraisers and a lot of different things for him over the last year and stuff like that. Because he's in a bad place health wise. All right, so just a recap here for a sec for the injuries. Doug Smith saying that Porter, Boucher, and Flynn are all out today against Montreal. Boucher has not even came to Montreal because he's sick, and he's still back here in Toronto. Also, Doug Smith is reporting that Edmonton's Matt Kallio, one of 4 NBA refs, were officially added as full-timers as referees this season, the league has announced. So Matt Kallio, who's part-time last year, is now a full-time ref this year. Congratulations, Canadian Matt Kallio, who we have 100% win percentage under him as a ref. The only referee in the league that every time the Raptors have played when he's ref, we won. He's the only one like that in the whole league, and that's pretty cool. Lewinberg's reviewing the Scottie Barnes dancer stuff on his Twitter. Is talking about how Scottie picked himself as the best dancer. OG, even though he's got awkward movements, at least he tries. So he'll give him an A for effort as second. And then Achua has some moves, but Chris is closing in at third. All right. Okay. I guess let's get right into the real mascot matchup. The last time we saw the real mascot, the Raptor, he had just crashed a rocket car and he was blown up and thrown to another side, and he was in bad shape. And he just woke up and there was a bull, a huge giant space alien bull, kind of cowering over him, snorting and breathing down his neck. And he woke him up and he's facing him off, and the bull looks mad and he's looking a little rough himself. And well, yeah, they're going to go at it. And the Raptor can't change to being the Velociraptor quick enough. And the bull kind of does what a bull does. It rears back and then it comes charging. And then boom, it's like up with the horns, just like they do in Spain when these people running away from him, up with the horns and tossing him like a rodeo clown. Yeah, tossing him. But it's a space bull, so he can really toss him. And basically, he tosses him to hell, like way up in the air. And he goes flying up in the air. And he lands in another whole other place. But it's kind of back towards the city where he started with the rocket car. And he lands, and boom, he's laying on the ground. The Raptor just got his ass kicked by the bull, tossed him back the other way. And he wakes up, and he realizes he's laying on the ground next to somebody else. And he didn't realize it. But he actually landed next to Lucky. Who he had fought in the Western town earlier over the bad middle school playing music. And he's like, don't you scare those kids. I'm going to get you, milady. And like, he wants to, it's Lucky. And he's still pissed at him, but he's kind of unconscious because he landed on his head, and they're both kind of out, but they're both kind of waking up at the same time. And Raptor is still kind of like the Raptor. He hasn't changed the Velociraptor, and he had to fight Lucky before. He had to get real big, like T-Rex size, to actually beat him. So this is going to be something else. They're waking up. This is a rematch, and Lucky wants some revenge from the last time they saw each other. That it was a real comeback by the Raptor in the last time they faced off, and that this time Lucky wants to get a little bit more revenge. So he's pulling up his sleeves, and the Raptor's kind of like waking up, trying to shake his face off. He's like, oh, crap, there's this motherfucker again. And like Lucky's like, yeah, I see you're here. And he's like ready to fight. So we'll have to see what happens. in the second round between Lucky and the Raptor in the real mascot matchup. We'll have to see who comes out on top in this one. You'll find out next time on the real mascot matchup who's going to win the second round, Lucky versus the Raptor. All right, here we go. All right, let me see what else you guys are saying. Paul B saying USA needs a Swiss chalet gravy. They need that nutmeg in there. It's like some sort of, I think the little item that they put in there that makes it proprietary is that nutmeg or something like that. It's something like in there that makes it that taste. I'm sick of that chalet sauce, honestly. Like, it's weird. You'll order Swiss chalet and you get ribs and they send you the sauce too. I'm like, why do I need this sauce? I'm not dipping my ribs in the chalet sauce. Save your chalet sauce. Just put it, just keep it. Keep it. Don't send it here. I don't want it when I'm getting ribs. Who's dipping their ribs in the chalet sauce? They already got barbecue sauce all over them. So I don't understand. They just mandatorily give you the chalet sauce every single thing you order. Like, if I ordered just like a pie, if I order a pie from Swiss Chalet, would you send me the chalet sauce with it too? Swiss Chalet? I don't know. I'm wondering about this. Why are you guys giving out so much chalet sauce? Just like, keep it. If it doesn't go with what I ordered, I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm going to put it in the fridge. It'll sit next to the ketchup. And then I'm like, whoa, I got extra chalet sauce, but it's cold now. Oh my gosh. What a mess. Don't want the extra chalet sauce. We don't need that. Monique is saying, can't stop smiling about Christian Vital. I'm really happy for him that he's going to be on 905 this year, and hopefully he can do some good stuff. That rematch is coming up, Logical. Let's see what happens. Lucky ain't coming in a same kind of way in this one and stuff like that. This is going to be a big battle and stuff like that. So, all right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, I guess keys to the win. Keys to the win? Win. I mean, this is the Celtics. We found a way to beat the Celtics one way or another. It wasn't even with our starters last time. Let's figure out a way to beat them once again. I really hope that the people of Montreal, they're coming to this game. Like, who was here earlier that said they're going to the game? I think it was Click or somebody. Go to that game and bring that energy, because I know Montreal is going to be a very live crowd tonight. And hopefully that'll be a factor in helping the Raptors to win. So really, that good energy and atmosphere in the Bell Center is going to really help the Raptors, and hopefully that'll push them. Like, they know they've been lackadaisical in preseason so far. They know they've been a step slow. They know they haven't exerted energy exactly correctly so far in the preseason, and they want to change that. They want to look more like they were last year, because they haven't been as quick to get around and using their energy in the right ways. In a lot of these preseason games so far, definitely in Houston. I mean, Fred said that we didn't match their energy, and that's why we got beat by the Rockets, that we have to match the energy of what comes here. And Boston brought some real strong energy the first game we played against them in the preseason. In fact, their starters absolutely outplayed our starters. Well, maybe Fred and them have a plan to bring the energy and out-energy them this time and look way, way better than they did. That's the thing. We can see a difference in what they think and what they saw since from the first time they played Boston in Boston tonight. And let's see how they adjusted. Let's see if they have more get up and go to get after those 50-50 balls, the loose balls, and do everything and beat Boston to them, because they didn't do that last time. And this could be a way to show in good faith to Raptors Nation that they are okay and they're going to be fine if they come out gangbusters and kick the Celtics starters' asses, the Raptors starters. So that's what I'm hoping can happen tonight. Look sharp tonight right away, match the energy, or at least, be better than their energy, out-energy them, play Raptors brand, and we'll be fine. But this is a preseason game. It doesn't matter still, but it does. It still does matter, because it's the Celtics, it's bragging rights, and we want to have a winning record in preseason. We want to be 3-2 by the end of the night tonight. So there is a lot that matters. Plus, it's the Montreal crowd. We want to please them, since we only get there every few years or so. We don't go to Montreal every year. So we want to give them a good show and stuff like that. Click's going. Yeah, Click is going to the game tonight. And there's somebody else that said they had tickets earlier that said they were going to. I don't remember. I'm not going to go dig for that right now. So, yeah, basically win the energy battle, and we can win this game tonight, Raptors. And, you have said you haven't looked sharp, and you're not really getting after it in the way that you'd like to. Well, let's do it tonight. This is the last preseason game. We got some good days off before the season starts. It's put it all out there. And these guys at the end of the bench, obviously, they got stuff to play for and do things. Justin Champagnie needs to have a good game today. So does Josh Jackson. So does DJ Wilson. These guys need to show and prove stuff. Those three in particular and stuff like that. All right, guys, it's almost 2 hours. We had a nice, long-spirited talk about Ketchup today, and I appreciate that. That is a carryover from the thing that we saw at the game the other night, which was so funny and stuff like that. All right, so once again, the injuries are, I'm not sure about who's injured on Boston's side. They had a lot of people held out last Friday. They may not be held out at this point. Jason Tatum, Al Horford, Marcus Smart, they probably will play tonight. I'm thinking they will. So we'll have to see what's happening. Scott is going. That's right. Scott B is the one who's going. That's right, Monique. That is exactly right. So click and Scott B. We'll have some Raptor freaks in the building tonight in Montreal. We appreciate y'all going and representing. Yell Tom Duke and Raptor freak at Scotty, and he may look at you and come over to you and say, "Wait, what? Who? You know Tom Duke? You know Raptor freak? Wait, whoa!" And then maybe he'll come talk to you, and maybe you'll get a sign or something, a signature or something like that, or a picture with Scottie Barnes, because those are secret words that he will hear, and he'll be like, "Oh, my Twitch family's here, and maybe I need to go say hi," and stuff like that. So yeah, and then on our side of the ball, Malachi will not be playing tonight. Chris Boucher is not even in Montreal, and Otto Porter is held out again tonight also. Nobody else listed. There may be another injury, but I don't think so. He did say there were 5 people held out of practice the other day. So represent, y'all, when you go into the games. And our refs, Giamidis, Petraeus, I got the pronunciation. J. de Menes Petraeus. Okay. Sean Corbin and Nate Green, referees. Not a bad crew and stuff like that. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching. As with everything we talked about today, there is in development. I'll keep you guys all updated on stuff like that. Leslie, your ideas, the CC, your idea about 50-50, all this stuff, really good stuff. And I'm really, you've given me some good little kernels and seeds in my mind to maybe grow into something interesting and stuff like that. Very cool stuff. Represent. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. It really helps me out as always and stuff like that. And enjoy the game tonight. Hopefully we just see the Raptors beat the Celtics and we're 3-2 tonight. And we'll be reacting to a great win tomorrow and talking about all the wonderful and badass things we saw the Raptors do on the court in Montreal tonight. All right. Thanks again. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't mind ketchup on my eggs. I have done that in the past, but I can also see where that could be a little gross. And sometimes it has to do with the amount of ketchup that you put on your eggs. If you put a lot of ketchup on there, that is fucking gross. But if you just put a little, just to have a little taste on the side, a little bit, that's okay in some ways to me. But hey, listen, it's a free country. Do what you shall do with ketchup in your own lives. Condiments, whatever. Mayo on your fries, too. That's fine. I'm not going to judge. People just do what they're going to do. And maybe there's really good flavor combinations that have not totally been discovered out there, that you just need to be the daring one to do it and stuff like that. All right, let's go Raptors!